So you're thinking about moving to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but you're not quite sure what community is right for you? Well, in this video, we're going to take you on a tour of a DR Horton home here in the Treeline community, which is a master plan community here in the city of Justin, Texas. So the planned name for this DR Horton is the Pecan. It's around 2867 square feet, starting at 488. Now, with DR Horton, there isn't a design center you go to, but there are different packages, and some packages are a little bit more upgraded than others, so you want to make sure that you pay attention to that. We will show you the rest of the house later, but for now, let's just start off in the heart of the home, which is always going to be the kitchen, dining room, and living room. You do have a very spacious area right here in this kind of landing space as you come from the front door down through the foyer. You do have a lot of space right here, and I really like that. Off to the side, you're gonna have what we like to call just a little buffet. As you can see, they're using that for their coffee station, which I think is really smart. One thing I want you to notice in the kitchen, which is going to be different. So all the DR Hortons in this neighborhood, they will not have the 36-inch cabinets. They are going to 42-inch cabinets, which really does make a difference on how grand the kitchen looks. So smart idea. I'm really glad they are changing that. A lot of space in here. You've got nice granite countertops with a backsplash and a gas drop-in cooktop. Remember, this neighborhood is going to be gas. A lot of space right here, so if you've got little kids running around, just want you to know there's plenty of space here and on the other side of the island as well. You're gonna have a nice walk-in pantry, so plenty of space to put all your food, snacks, even maybe some appliances if you need, but there's really plenty of storage here. I do like that you have this built into the wall, your oven and your microwave built into the wall with another space over here that you could use for your coffee space and maybe use that for wine, cocktails, and things like that. So a lot of space here in this kitchen, which takes us over to the breakfast area. Plenty of light, windows. This table, honestly, it fits really great here, but it could be quite a bit bigger and seat even more people because there is plenty of space over here. And then you've got your living room. And as you can see in this living room, a lot of space. They were even able to take the sofa away from the wall, which did you know that back in the day, being able to have your sofa not touching the wall meant a sign of wealth? I don't know. It's just crazy what people's perception is, but maybe it meant that your room was so big that it didn't have to go against the wall. I don't know, but just thought I would throw that little tidbit out there for you. So plenty of space in here. Love the wall. And as we're filming this house, I don't know if you noticed as Brandon was walking up the doorway, but it's not cedar shingles, hun, but was it cedar shingles that was on the front porch and then the green front door? That's just really nice. I kind of like the color that we're seeing coming back to the exterior of some of these houses. But plenty of space in here, which is going to take us from the kitchen, the breakfast area, the living room, all the way into the master bedroom here. So DR Horton, we've worked with a lot of DR Horton. We've sold, gosh, I think we're up to 25, 26, or maybe even more DR Hortons. We have a couple in contract right now. They are a very realtor-friendly builder, but it is still important that anytime you're looking at any new construction, that you give us a call. We'd love to go with you on your very first visit. Sometimes if you don't take your realtor with you, they won't let you have representation. And we think it's very important to have someone help you navigate new construction and be in your corner and help to advise you. So just keep that in mind. Also, DR Horton is known for their really good incentives. Those incentives do change from time to time, but a lot of times they're gonna cover most of your closing costs and maybe even sometimes have things like a washer, dryer, refrigerator. They do change, so make sure you let us know if DR Horton is something you're interested in. We can figure out what current incentives are going on. Okay, so you do have the master bedroom here, which is a great size. Once again, you do have room for a king size bed, 2 really good nightstands. I'm loving the green on green on green. Just looks really, really nice in here. Plenty of room for a dresser as well. There is going to be tile in your main spaces and wet spaces, and carpet in the bedroom or bedrooms. And this is a 2-story home, 4 bedrooms. Brandon, was this 3-bathroom?
Yes.
3 bathrooms, so 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home. Like I said, a little over 2,800 square feet. Nice bathroom here. I haven't really, actually, I don't think we've sold any DR Hortons that have the separate vanities. So this is something new. A lot of space in here. I'm really liking that the separate vanities are here. And then you do have a nice garden tub for soaking with a separate shower over here. A little bit of tile back here. Now remember, there are packages, so you do get to pick out, if you purchase your lot at the right time, you do get to pick out what's inside. So that's always nice. And then this is going to be a linen closet, right? Yes, so a lot of storage here as well. There's even more storage I'm going to show you in just a little bit. You do have a toilet closet that is going to have a door. And this right here is actually the master closet, y'all. This is huge. This is more than bedroom sized closet. It's very, very large. I'm very, very impressed with this. In fact, I always say when you have a closet that's this big, you could like put the little baby crib in here until your baby needs its own bedroom. A lot of space in here. So that door would not exist. That's a really big size closet, isn't it, hon? I don't think we've seen one in a DR Horton that's that big. That's a really good size. All right, so let's go check out the rest of the house before we head on upstairs. More storage. So this goes under the stairs. So I don't know, this would be a good place for luggage, or maybe your Christmas things, or certain family memorabilia. You don't want to put them in the attic to get hot, but a lot of space is what I'm trying to say. And then plenty of room for washer dryer, plenty of room behind Brandon for a refrigerator, laundry baskets, really decent size laundry room. All right, so let's keep going up the foyer back towards the front door, and then you'll see that you've got a really nice space here. So this is going to be the garage door, okay, because that's the sales center. So this is where the garage door would be. You come in your garage door, kids put their backpacks, their hoodies, their coats, everything goes here, and you don't have to see it. I like that it's tucked away, so when you're in the kitchen or the living room, you don't even see it. That's really nice. We used to have one by the front door. Drove me crazy. I wish it was hidden. So you do have 2 more bedrooms up here and a bathroom as well. And like I said, this is going to be the garage on the other side, but it is a sales center for now. So upstairs, you do have this really nice game room. What I like about this is it's pretty closed off. It's not open at all to the living room. So sound-wise, smart idea. And you do have a bedroom and a bathroom. But Justin is located just right north of more Fort Worth than Dallas. In fact, it is just north of Fort Worth. It's a really small town, but it's surrounded by bigger towns with a lot of great amenities. Justin is going to be Northwest ISD. So Northwest ISD is a fabulous school district that is growing. In fact, it's one of the fastest growing school districts in the North Texas area. And at the high school level, I know this is really important because when we are on Zoom calls with a lot of our clients, they want to know a lot about the schools. So at the high school level, they offer a lot of different academies, things like culinary arts and hospitality, cosmetology, early high school college, STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math, aviation and aerodynamics, biochemical science, things like construction management, site management, HVAC, plumbing, electrical. I know I'm missing a few things, but just know there are a lot of options for your high schooler here at Northwest ISD. So this bedroom upstairs is definitely oversized. This is a very large bedroom, and like I said, there is a bathroom as well. So this would be great for a house guest, or maybe that college student, or just someone who wants a little bit of privacy to have a really nice bedroom and their own living room as well. So Treeline here in Justin is just minutes away from 114, which is a major highway that can take you all around the DFW area. There are places like Tanger Outlet Mall, Costco. There's an H-E-B, which is a really cool grocery store that's coming nearby, Tom Thumb grocery store that's going to be nearby. So this place is definitely growing. And you know, Brandon mentioned something earlier about getting into new neighborhoods early on, because the prices are definitely going to be introductory prices. And with each phase that happens, so this neighborhood will have about 2,500 when it's all said and done. There's price increases with each phase, and sometimes even before a new phase begins, there are price increases. So definitely good idea to get in early on. Treeline is a master plan community, so that means they're going to have pools. This one in particular is going to have a 3-story, really cool gaming treehouse for kids, a book nook, walking trails, biking trails, a lot of nature. I know I mentioned the pools, events. They host events weekly. Some of that hasn't started now because we are just now entering into this neighborhood, but it is a master plan community that's going to be done very well. So the size of your covered back patio here with DR Horton is going to be dependent on the floor plan of the house. It's necessary to have these because we get really hot here in Texas in July and August. We have beautiful seasons, but it does get hot. So like I mentioned earlier, Justin is just north of Fort Worth. Fort Worth is a super fun place to go to. There's things like the stockyards, a lot of really great restaurants and shopping as well. But there's also a lot of amenities close by here. We're also surrounded by several different lakes for camping, boating, kayaking, jet skiing. We've got walking trails, hiking trails, and then of course, you're in a beautifully master plan community that's going to offer a lot of things for you to do both indoors and outdoors. But we have a whole video all about Treeline here in Justin, so make sure you go back, take a look at that one, and we'll see you on the next one.